Carla and Ari in the morning.
Buenos dias, everybody. How you doing, Ari?
I'm good. How you doing, Carla?
I'm good. It was good to have a weekend. This whole bad air, doomsday apocalyptic thing, it was just a little much for me.
Yeah, not the best. Hopefully
Yeah.
by the time folks are seeing this video though, which will be in like 5 or 6 days, it won't be doomsday apocalypse anymore. Maybe we'll have some clear blue sky. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be really, really nice. I miss it. It's like one of the things that you take for granted. Today we again have somebody that we are interviewing, and should we let him in?
Who are we interviewing? I'm so excited. I can't wait to see.
Let's see.
We're
interviewing Ben, our very
Ben.
Ben.
Woo!
Ben, welcome to our show, Carla and Ari in the morning. We're very excited to have you. Thank you for coming in all the way from the woods. We would love to hear from you about, what brought you to Arise and what you do at Arise.
I'm really honored to be here. Thank you, guys. I am the 10th grade English teacher and the teacher of the new nature elective this year.
What? Nature elective? That sounds awesome. I want to hear more about that. But first, Ben, if you could tell me, if you could be in any nature, anywhere, doing anything, what would you be doing and where would you be?
That's pretty easy. I would be deep in a forest of redwoods and I would be kicking it. I'd just be hanging out. I'm like all about hiking in the woods, but like not too strenuously or hard all the time. So I would be in a redwood grove, similar to these giants right here, and just kind of hanging out.
That sounds so awesome. I want to do that too.
I've been getting a lot of questions from students since they know that I like hiking, especially now since there's a lot of things that we can't do, about recommendations for hikes that they should do and that they can do with their little siblings and their family. So what would you say is your favorite hike to do around here?
Yeah, well, I was hesitant to share this with my nature class because, this is like my secret special hike. But because I love y'all so much, I love the Redwood Regional Park, which is now the Reinhardt Regional Park. It has a new name after one of the women from Save the Redwood League, who actually played a big role in protecting that area. But there's a great hike. It's about 10 minutes drive from school or like a half-hour bus ride up in it's actually technically Joaquin Miller, but it's along Skyline. And if anyone's interested in a beautiful redwood little hike there, let me know and I'll send you some more information.
Yeah, we'll put the link right here so that they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
That sounds so amazing. I can't wait until hopefully again this weekend, before you all even see this video, the skies will be clear and we can be hitting those trails.
That's right.
And one last question, Ben. What do you recommend, right? Like if they're gonna go with their family and they're gonna do this hike, what would you say are like top 3 things to bring on a hike?
Top 3 things to bring on a hike, I'd say bring water. I see a lot of people like walking out and going on hikes without water, and like you don't know how long you're gonna be out there. Come on, stay hydrated, y'all. Maybe a change of clothes or like another layer because things change quick in the Bay Area. And the third thing I would say is like bring a different mind space than you have when you are walking around the streets in your house where you are, and let yourself just kind of smell some fresh air and not be so busy in your mind like we all normally are, especially in this moment. So bring some chill up to the woods.
I love that. I love that it's like not an object, but a mindset. I love that so much, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, and I agree with, it's the Bay Area hoodie. It catches me off guard every time.
That's right. Having a lot of fun with my nature class and can't wait to actually bring them into the trees themselves, but we're having some fun.
That sounds awesome. Can you tell us more about the nature class?
Sure. I'm really enjoying it, even though I definitely planned for us to be in person. So far, we've tried to draw out and listen to bird songs. So flexing our ear muscle and just getting in touch with some nature sounds. And we also have started to go on virtual hikes to some places close to the Bay Area and kind of further away, because there's some scientific research that shows even just looking at trees on a screen has benefits for your emotional and sort of mental well-being. So even if you can't be with them in person, even just looking at some nicer imagery on screens does things to our nervous system that we could all really use right now.
Look at that. You said that and my background changed.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And I feel better already.
Now we're all in nature. I love it.
Hey, Tahoe.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Ben. And, if you have any other recommendations, please make sure you share them. I'll put them in the newsletter. Thank you for everything you're doing with our students. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much. It was a pleasure to be on with y'all, and hope to do it again.
Thanks, Ben. I can't wait to go on a hike with your class when we get back in person.
Sounds great. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, that was really nice to get to see Ben. And, as somebody that really likes to get outside, I make sure that I'm always checking the air quality, because now that we're in fire season and it's really bad in California. And so some teachers were asking me earlier today, what are some good websites to check and what it's actually measuring. So the website that I have found that has the best measurements is called Purple Air. And Purple Air, it uses a laser particle counter, and it counts particulate. What? I know. It counts particulate matter. Oh, by the way, y'all, I'm a nerd, in case you didn't know. So it counts particulate matter, and it'll say like PM, and it'll detect particles that are like from 0.3 to 10. Just so you know that like usually like there's pieces of ash that are a little bit larger than that. And so it's good to look in a couple different websites, but I have found the Purple Air has the best data. So I'm going to share my screen right now so that you are able to see the website and what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Obviously, this is in Oakland, and you can zoom out. You can put in any address over here, and you can search. Over here, you have what the actual measurements are, and it goes from 0 to 500. I like to take out the inside sensors because obviously, like, I'm just looking at it to see like what it's like to be outside. And so as you can see right now, when we are recording this, the air is not safe to go outside. It's like orange and red. And so it's really, really important that you check this, especially for those of you that are exercising outside, because this gets really bad when you do any kind of strenuous activity. So please make sure that you check it. I have it on my phone saved, and it gives me the data and it lets me know if I'm able to work out or not. If it's at a yellow, it's generally okay to work out and outside, but I really don't recommend that once it gets into the orange that you do any kind of strenuous activity outside.
So like the higher the numbers, the worse it is outside.
Yeah.
And also for yellow, like what if you have asthma or something? Is that usually you don't want to go outside at that point?
So if you have asthma, or like I, for example, don't have asthma, but like I really feel like it affects my lungs a lot. And so when it's yellow and it's like, at around 70 yellow, I make sure that like I really don't work out. I'll still like when it's at yellow, I can like go to the store or something like that, but or like walk my dogs outside if it doesn't feel too strenuous, but I won't like go for a run or go hiking or do any kind of like sports activity outside, because it'll really mess up my lungs. And so like that's not just for people with asthma, right? It's like if you feel like you really feel it in your body, and sometimes you won't feel it in that moment, Ariana. Sometimes you'll feel it like later at night, you'll get a headache or you won't be able to sleep. And so don't think that just because you're not feeling it in the moment that the air is not bad and it's not affecting you. Make sure that you check the data. Go on purpleair.com.
Yeah, I remember a couple of days ago, it was really bad at night and I slept with the window open because it was also really hot. And then the next morning I was coughing a lot.
Yeah, so sometimes it takes a while to affect your lungs, right? Because your lungs start to absorb it. And those particulates that I was just talking about that this measures, those particulates, you are breathing them in. So, please take care of your lungs. COVID affects lungs too. So it's just like, a double danger right now. Please be very, very safe.
And particulates, is that like smoke counts as a particulate?
Yeah, so it's like little pieces of stuff that you might not see. And so then like there's bigger ones, right? So like there's been days where if you look outside, like ash has been falling down, and those pieces of ash might be even bigger than what the lasers in purple air can detect. So like particulates are like sometimes tiny little things that you might be like, oh, I don't see them. Yeah, but like when you absorb them into your lungs, it can really, really mess up your lungs. So be super safe, super careful. And there's other things you can do to stay safe. Like what, Ariana?
I've heard that like wearing a mask, especially like an N95 mask if you can, is really good to do if you have to go outside, but more than anything, sort of staying inside is really the thing. I've also heard that
Yeah,
like
and also please drink water.
drinking lots of
I've
water
heard, yeah.
is really important. You want to stay hydrated always, because I think, you know, the smokiness makes the air really dry too. And so, and water helps flush out any of the toxins in your body. And then
Yeah.
if you can, using an air filter can be helpful. I've heard too.
Yeah, and make sure you clean your air filters, right? I know that, you know, some of you might have air filters, and that's the thing. Like with the air being this bad, they get dirty really quick. So
All
stay
right.
healthy, stay safe, everybody.
Yeah, please take good care of yourself and your lungs. Hey, so you know what's coming up in like a month?
My birthday?
Yeah, but also something else. SLCs,
What's that?
student-led conferences. It's going to be an opportunity for teachers to meet with every parent at the school to talk about how progress is going. And that's like in the first week of October.
I feel like school just started and we already have SLCs. Oh my goodness, I need to check my grades. How do I check my grades, Ariana?
Got to go on to Schoology, check your grades, see if you have any assignments missing, do the work that you need to do to make sure that you're getting on top of your grades. Maybe
Okay.
talk to your teachers too if you're falling behind. I've heard that there's things that you can do if you're falling behind in your classes to help you get caught up. Do you know what those are, Carla?
Well, I know that there's teachers that, you know, are talking to students one-on-one to figure out, right, like if you came into the class late or if something was happening in the beginning. So I think like the most important thing, honestly, for me is like communication, right? If you're struggling with something, email your teacher, talk to your teacher, go to their office hours, because people are being really kind to each other and really flexible. But the problem is like if you don't tell us what's going on and you don't ask for help, then we don't know to help you.
Mm-hmm. There's also office hours too, right? Like all of our teachers have office hours, and that can be a really good time to get some extra support if you need it.
Yeah, because I know that like in a big class for me, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to ask questions. So it's much easier in office hours when there's less people.
Totally.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't believe how time is flying. So everybody make sure they check your grades on Schoology, because we're gonna blink and it's gonna be my birthday.
You mean SLCs?
I mean SLCs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we'll have a really good week. Much love, and we will see you next week in the
We love you
Carla.
lots. Take good care of you.
Carla and Ari in the morning.